So, JANGBRiCKS has released a list of 9 set numbers accompanied by price tags in US dollars for LEGO Harry Potter sets that are going to be coming out in the second half of 2022. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my set predictions for what each of these are going to be. So let's get into it. So yes guys, you heard that right, there's going to be at least 9 LEGO Harry Potter sets coming out in the second half of 2022, totaling $1,025 US. So we've got a lot of money to save, but at least we've got a lot of time to save for that as well, because most of these sets are probably going to be coming out in July and onwards. Now amongst these sets there is a couple of cheap ones, ranging from prices of $20 all the way to $470, so you know, quite a large wave here. So, like I say, I'm going to be giving you my set predictions of what I think LEGO is going to put into each of these set numbers with their according price tags. I'm going to be realistic here, because if it was up to me, I'd fill all of these set numbers with LEGO Deathly Hallows sets, but I know LEGO aren't going to do that because they've already made a statement saying they're not interested in adapting the later film into sets. They really are focused on the earlier films, such as the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, because they're a bit more light-hearted and more, you know, the morals of those films more align with LEGO's values. So yeah, I'm going to take that into account. I'm also going to be taking into account that 2022 is probably going to be a wave based on expansions on the 2021 anniversary sets. So what I mean by that is if we look at the 2022 sets that we already know about, that are confirmed that LEGO have released, we've got 2 Hogwarts Moments books, which is there to expand on our 2021 collection of Hogwarts Moments books, and we're also getting a Hospital Wing set, which is a clock tower to expand on our Chamber of Secrets set from 2021. So I think if that theme continues into the summer wave, which it probably will, then we're going to be getting a lot of expansion sets to our 2021 sets. So I'm going to be taking that into account as well in my set predictions. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be giving you the set predictions in order of cheapest to most expensive, and the cheapest set in the wave, like I said, is $20. And I think this set is going to be set number 76400, The Troll on the Loose. Now we've already gotten this set back in either 2001 or 2002, I can't quite remember, and that set back in the day was $10, but I can easily see it being a $20 set. If the bathroom is the same sort of size as the Polyjuice Potion Mistake set, and we get a brick-built troll, then I can easily see it being around the same price. I think it makes sense. It's also an expansion to our 2021 Hogwarts Castle set, which wasn't included in 2021 in the anniversary wave, so I think it makes sense. The troll I'd probably want to be brick built, because I don't think the moulded one looked too great, but it looked good for the time. It's probably a bit too harsh to judge sets that are 20 years old in today's standards, so it'll be interesting to see what LEGO would do with that. The minifigures, I can't see them being any more than Harry, Ron and Hermione for a $20 set, especially when the actual fight scene for that only really had those 3 characters in it. I know the teachers came at the end once the troll was knocked out, but I don't think they're too relevant. So those would be my minifigures, and that's what my set would be for the $20 one. So the second set on this list is set number 76404, and that's going to be the Advent Calendar. So this is, according to JANGBRiCKS, going to be an Advent Calendar, so that's this spot already taken up. What's interesting about this though is the price is $45, when the Advent Calendar is usually $40. I don't know if that will affect the European and the British prices, because usually in my country, in the UK, the Advent Calendars are £25, but I imagine they'll be £30 now if it's going up $5 in the United States, and I imagine it'll be the same in Europe, going up €5. What I want in the Advent Calendar, probably Deathly Hallows figures, because if LEGO don't want to adapt Deathly Hallows films because they're too dark, such as the Battle of Hogwarts, you know, into sets, which is understandable, then at least give us some minifigures, because and an Advent Calendar is a perfect way to do that, because you don't have to give us any dark scene or anything like that. Just give us some Deathly Hallows figures like a Narcissa Malfoy or something like that. That'd be really cool. So for 76401 we've got a $50 set. We've actually got 2 $50 sets. Now according to rumours of what other YouTubers have stated, one of these $50 sets is going to be a buildable creature. Now the buildable creature, I can't really think what it could be. I was thinking maybe a hippogriff, but if it was a hippogriff like Buckbeak, it surely would be way more than $50. I imagine it would be the same sort of size as the Hedwig and the Fawkes buildable creatures that we have gotten, that were, I think they were $40, so it's only about $10 more. But I think with the Fantastic Beasts film coming out, it'll be the perfect opportunity to give us a birdable Niffler. I think it's very kid friendly. I think LEGO would like that, and it's something which Harry Potter fans and Fantastic Beasts fans can both relate to because it features in both films. So I think a birdable Niffler will be really, really cool for $50. The minifigures in this set, it probably wouldn't come with any minifigures. I imagine we'll get a little Niffler minifigure type thing, but that's about it. The other $50 set, I'm going to guess the Winged Keys room. So we got the Winged Keys room back in 2001 or 2, again I can't remember exactly what year it was, around 20 years ago, and it wasn't included in the 20th year anniversary, so again perfect place to do it in 2022, a year later, to expand on our Chamber of Secrets set. We've gotten the chess set, but we haven't gotten the Winged Keys room, and I think back in 2001 we could get the final challenge, the final duel with Harry and Quirrell with the Mirror of Erised as a set. We also got the Winged Keys room, which came with a little chessboard, obviously the Winged Keys room, and you could attach all these together with the Fluffy set, the Through the Trapdoor set, and you basically have the whole scene. You could recreate the entire third act of the Philosopher's Stone movie, and I think LEGO would do that again. We've already gotten a chess set, we've already gotten the Through the Trapdoor set, the Fluffy's Encounter set I should say. Now we're just missing the middle bit, which is the Winged Keys room. So I think that's a perfect $50 set. I think the price tag makes sense. The minifigs for this set would be exactly the same as the ones we got in the chess set. I can't see them being any different because they're both basically the same sort of scene. It's just, you know, one act after another. But I think that would be a really cool set. It's a way to make our Chamber of Secrets Hogwarts Castle expansion thing from 2021 much bigger, and much bigger is better, so I'm all for it. So next is an $80 set. Now if you look at our Hogwarts Castle from 2021, our expansions when they're all together, we get the Astronomy Tower, we get the Great Hall, we're going to be getting the Clock Tower, but what else are we missing? There's something really obvious, and that's Dumbledore's office. Now if you look in 2002, we get a big, like $50 Dumbledore's office set, and I think a set like that, with inflation taken into account from 2002, will probably be around the $80 mark, and this is why I think the $80 set, I think it's set number, what set number is it? Let's have a look. Set number 76402. I think that'll be a Dumbledore's office, because it makes total sense, because it's such a key aspect of Hogwarts and it's missing from our 2021 Hogwarts Castle expansions. We get it in the 2018 to 2020 expansions, but we haven't got it in the new one. Would the entire thing be his office alone for $80? I doubt it. I think we could get the room of requirement, or maybe the trophy room below it or something like that, and then the Dumbledore's office on top. But yeah, I think it'd be really, really cool. We could get a unique Dumbledore, maybe a unique McGonagall figure. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. So set number 76407 has a $90 price tag, and I think this set is going to be a Hogwarts Express. Not just a Hogwarts Express, but I think it will come with a Hogsmeade Village station as well. So in 2018 we got a Hogwarts Express set with a King's Cross station. Now that set is good, though it's not perfect. The colour I think should be dark red rather than the normal bright red, but I understand why LEGO can't make it all in dark red ideally, because there's not a lot of dark red pieces, so they would have to, you know, make a lot of new pieces and a lot of new colours, which, you know, with a budget in mind you probably can't do. Also, it's too squashed, especially the passenger cart. The passenger cart should be twice as long as what it actually is. Even the locomotive is quite squashed, and we don't have proper train wheel sizes, we don't have piston rods. I could go on, but what I'm basically saying is the 2018 version isn't perfect, and I think with 4 years of that set being on shelves, I think it's time for a redo, and I think 2022 is a perfect opportunity to do that. And I don't see them giving us another King's Cross station. I think we'll get a Hogsmeade station instead, because I did a video a while back talking about how the Hogsmeade set designer has hinted that we might be getting Hogsmeade related expansions such as a Shrieking Shack or a Hogsmeade station in the future. That he basically said, you know, we'll see about what happens, hint hint, wink wink. I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below. So I think we will be getting some Hogsmeade expansions, and I think a Hogsmeade station could be one of them, with a new Hogwarts Express. Now JANGBRiCKS Set is predicting that this set will retire at the end of the year, which is tomorrow. So if that comes to fruition or not, that's another thing. But I would like to see a new Hogwarts Express slash Hogsmeade station, because you haven't had a Hogsmeade station in about, what, 16 years either. So it'll be cool to get these things again in 2022. So set number 76403 has got a $100 price tag attached to it, and I think it's going to be a Shrieking Shack. So I've already made a video on this, like I said in the last segment, that I think we'll be getting a Hogsmeade expansion next year, and I think a Shrieking Shack could be one of them. When we got a Hogsmeade Village set, it was so apparent that the Shrieking Shack was missing. It was almost deliberate. Well, it definitely was deliberate, because think of it from a business perspective. You want to give someone a set like a Hogsmeade Village, which comes with the 3 broomsticks and the sweet shop. I forgot the name of it. You give people that set. Honeydukes, that was what it was called. With the main part of Hogsmeade, the Shrieking Shack, evidently missing, you allow everyone to buy this Hogsmeade Village set. And once you get all the sales for that set, you then release a part 2 expansion for that set called the Shrieking Shack. And who isn't going to buy the Shrieking Shack who owns the Hogsmeade Village? No one, because if you own a Hogsmeade Village, you're going to buy a Shrieking Shack to complete the scene. It just makes sense. You're just getting half a scene otherwise. And it's the same with Diagon Alley. You know, it's a $370 set, and they missed out the most important part of Diagon Alley, which is Gringotts. So they're going to release the Diagon Alley without Gringotts, allow everyone to buy a $370 Gringotts Diagon Alley set, and once everyone's bought that, they're going to then release a Gringotts set for, I don't know, $470 maybe, and then who isn't going to buy that set who owns Diagon Alley to complete the scene and, you know, display them together? I think everyone would then buy that set. It makes sense to sell well. It makes total business sense, and I think that's what LEGO is doing here with these expansions. So, you know, this Shrieking Shack set would just expand to the 2021 version. It will be in scale, and if it was in scale, it probably would be around a $100 price tag, because it is quite a big building. If it was in scale with Honeydukes and the 3 broomsticks that we got in 2021. We'd also get some pretty awesome minifigures. We'll get Harry, Ron and Hermione. Those figures will probably be the same as the ones we got in the Hagrid's Hut set from 2019, or was it 2020? I think it was 2019. Hermione would have her Time Turner print and everything like that. We'd also get Peter Pettigrew. We'd get, hopefully not a Wolfhead Lupin, because that was a weird sort of crossover. I'd like to get a Lupin figure which is unique, as well as a new mould, a werewolf mould, separate from the minifigure, rather than having the legs and torso of Lupin with a werewolf head and have them combined. That just seemed rather daft, but there's a lot of things in early LEGO Harry Potter that was very daft, like glow-in-the-dark Snape, but we're not going to go down that road. But yeah, we'd also get Sirius Black, but I can't imagine him being unique. He'd be in the same clothes as it'd be in the prison clothes, obviously, that we got in the Expecto Patronum set of 2019, because it's basically one scene after another. I can't see those figures being any different. They may add some more detail, but it's fundamentally going to be the same figure, which is a shame, because I really want Sirius Black in normal clothes. But I only think they'll give us that figure if they give us a Grimmauld playset, which will be awesome, or maybe in the advent calendar in 2022. That could be a really cool inclusion, but we'll see what LEGO do regarding that. Now set number 76408 is $120, and I think this is going to be a night bus. Not just any old night bus like the 2019 version. I think this is going to be a Creator Expert style large version, because there's a couple of YouTubers now pushing this rumour that we are going to be getting a larger scale night bus. Now, I don't know if there's any substance behind that, but if this is going to be the case, I think a Creator Expert style night bus has to be $120. It can't be any cheaper, because the London bus was $120 or $110 as well, and that was obviously a Creator Expert scale, and that was a 2-decker, where the night bus is a triple-decker, so you'd think it'd even be more than $120, but at least $120. The minifigures in this set I don't think would be getting any more than the 3 that we've gotten in the other 3 night bus sets, which are Ernie Prang, Stan Shumpike and Harry Potter. We may get a dog to resemble Sirius Black, who knows. But I think the focus of this set isn't going to be the minifigures, it's going to be the build. And I think a Creator Expert style Night Bus will be an awesome display piece, absolutely awesome. So now to the one we've all been waiting for, set number 76405, $470, the most expensive LEGO Harry Potter set of all time. And I think it's going to be a Gringotts. Let's just be honest with ourselves, it's going to be a Gringotts. What else is it going to be? Is it going to be a Ministry of Magic? No, because LEGO don't like to get involved with politics. Is it going to be a Battle of Hogwarts? No, because they don't like to do dark Deathly Hallows sets. Is it going to be a Hogwarts Castle expansion to the one we got in 2018 to complete the rest of the castle with the greenhouses and all the rest of it? No, because I don't think LEGO would release a $470 set, which is only really for people who've already spent another $400 on a LEGO set, because they're just choosing a small market there. So I think that's a rubbish idea. What else is it going to be for $470? What else is it going to be? I mean, it's probably going to be a Gringotts. I'm 99% certain it's going to be. But I think the more interesting question is what is actually going to be in this set. And what I mean by that is, it's not just going to be a Gringotts building. It just isn't going to be, because it's $470. You've got to remember that Diagon Alley was $400, right? You've got 4 buildings, so each building is worth about $100 roughly. And you could say, oh yeah, Gringotts is much bigger though. But is Gringotts 4.7 times bigger than any other Diagon Alley building? Well, looking at pictures of the film, they're not. Gringotts is about 1.5 times bigger, maybe 1.2, 1.3 times bigger than the other Diagon Alley shops. It's not like twice as big or 3 times as big. So I can't see the set being any more than $150 to $200 for just a building alone. So where's the other $270 plus going to be? Well, I think I'd say at least $200 of it is going to be in the vaults. I think we'll be getting an expansion to go along with this Gringotts to slide underneath it, and it's going to be all the vaults with the cart, the mine cart, and all that underneath it. And I think we'll probably get like a $70 dragon. So I think this will be split up into 3 sections essentially. We're going to be getting a $200 Gringotts bank building. We'll have the entrance hall in the middle on the inside, and underneath it we'll have an expansion which can be displayed with it or without. I think if you've already got the Diagon Alley set, you can basically attach the Gringotts to the Diagon Alley set, and that can act as your expansion to Diagon Alley. It'll be in scale with the rest of Diagon Alley, of course, so obviously not too big. But if you don't have the Diagon Alley set, then what you can do is attach this basically this diorama which can slide underneath the Gringotts and display it as its own thing. And this diorama will be the whole, all the vaults. Will probably get vault, I don't know, we'll probably get Sirius's vault, Harry's vault, maybe Bellatrix's vault. It'll be cool to get a Hufflepuff Horcrux piece as well. All I need to do is give us the normal golden trophy cup piece and just print an H on it. That's all you have to do. But that'll be cool. I can see that being roughly about $200. And then the rest of the $70 will be on the Ukrainian Iron Belly White Blind Dragon, which guards Bellatrix Lestrange's vault in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. So the reason why I think this Gringotts set will be based off the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and not the Philosopher's Stone is because 2 reasons. So Gringotts only features in 2 Harry Potter movies. The very first one, the Philosopher's Stone, and the very last one, the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, in the first one, in the entire Gringotts scene, inside the bank, in the vaults, all of it, that entire act, there's only 3 characters that appear in all of it, which you know. Those are Griphook, Hagrid, and Harry. Now, are you meaning to tell me that in a $470 set would get 3 minifigures of 3 characters we know? Absolutely no chance. So I think the Deathly Hallows has got better minifigures and more minifigures, because we've got, in the Deathly Hallows, we've got Hermione disguised as Bellatrix Lestrange. We've got Harry and Griphook under the invisibility cloak, which would be great to get that piece again, because we haven't had one in, 3.5 years now, since 2018, the CMF series. So we'll get those 2. We'll get Ron disguised as Dragomir Despard. We'll get, get some, I think it's called Bogrod, the goblin, who takes him down to the vaults and gets Imperius Cursed, I think that's his name, but I might be wrong on that. We'd also get some wizard guards who are wearing the whole blue outfit, and we'd also get a dragon. Like, the dragon's going to be $70, $80, $90, $100 alone. So for it to be $470 for Gringotts, I think it has to come along with all this separate stuff in order to justify it and make it, because this will be a 6,000-7,000 piece set. Hogwarts Castle, which is just there, is 6,020 pieces, I believe. Diagon Alley, which is just behind me above, I think it's out of the camera shot, that was 5,500 pieces, so a $470 set would probably be around 7,000 pieces. They're not putting 7,000 pieces in just the bank building. No, there has to be either extra buildings like Nocturne Alley maybe, or the vaults and the track and all below it. It can't just be the building. I'm pretty sure of that. But we'll see what happens. It might not even be a Gringotts, knowing like it will be a UCS sorting hat or something like that. I don't know. So that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. It only takes a second, and you'd really want to do so because there's going to be more LEGO Harry Potter content coming in the future. For all of 2022, I've got things planned. I've got a massive mock series planned as well for the first half of 2022, starting on January 8th, so you don't want to miss that. Trust me, you don't. So make sure to hit subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.